Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Lorraine Taylor. This is Do Brand You, and it's all about you here. It's about you unleashing your potential in every season of life. Now, one of the wonderful things we have today about being our own personal brand is that we can run our own online community. And that's what we're going to be really focusing on today. And I'm going to dive into some secrets that I've learned by running the Do community for the last 3.5 years. But I want to start with a question. Have you ever wondered why some online communities just fizzle out? And there's a lot of them that do. Maybe that's what's keeping you from starting your online community. You're worried that you're going to put all this effort into starting it and you're not going to be able to keep it going. Or maybe you're somebody that has been running an online community. You've got it started, but you just don't feel like it's working as well as you'd like it to. Well, then this video is for you, so stay with us. Today I'm going to share with you two things. The first one is the power of analytics. Now, I know analytics isn't always our favorite word. We don't always want to sit there and scour over a lot of data to try to figure out how that's going to help us. But I can tell you that that was a game changer for me. So I'm going to first of all share a quick story with you about that. And then number two, I'm going to share 8 strategies for you about how you can, as a community manager, use analytics to run and continue to run a successful community. So let's get right into it. So what is the power of analytics? Why are analytics so important? So 3.5 years ago, back February 2021, I started the Do community. And when I started, it was full of passion, excitement. I was just getting the communities all set up, and we had our first events and we had people going in the forum. But after a while, I realized that just all this excitement wasn't going to keep it up. I had to know details about how my members were engaging, because new members would come in and different members would be more engaged during different times of the year than others. And I couldn't really figure out, well, how could I best serve them? And that's when I turned to analytics. And I'm going to tell you right now that that was a game changer. Analytics transformed the way I managed my community. Suddenly, I had clear insights into what my members needed, when they needed it, and how they preferred to engage, because not everybody's the same. It was like I went behind the back end of my community and turned on the lights in a dark room, and I finally figured out, wow, this is the back room of how everything runs. And when I got to that place and I began to understand those analytics and put them into practice, that's when I changed my community. So that's enough about the power of it. I can tell you it is powerful. But now let's get into the core of this video, and that is to give you, so that you can do brand you, 8 things to strengthen your community. Or if you don't have a community yet, maybe you're wanting to figure that out, these are 8 things that you can put into your planning. So let's get into these 8 features. And remember, these are 8 features that I want you to turn into strategies. So 8 features that are available to you on the Circle platform when you build a community there, and how each feature is going to become your strategy. So let's get into number 1. So one of the features is that there's now a devices dashboard. And what the devices dashboard does is it lets you know how members are engaging across both mobile and desktop. Now, what's the strategy? The strategy for me was that I assumed that my members were engaging on the desktop. And that's how I thought they were getting their information. They were accessing the information on the web. And so there were times that I thought people weren't being, responding much. But then I thought about it when I looked at the analytics that many people, especially during certain times of the day, are accessing it via mobile. It's not as easy for them to, get on the mobile and respond, especially in long form. Some of the forums that we have are very long form. And so that was really important to know, and it was a strategy that I used going forward. Number 2, another feature is the payments dashboard. And in the payments dashboard, I was able to get a bird's eye view of all the revenue streams coming into the community. Now, how did I turn that into a strategy? The strategy I now use is I'm using a better way of offering the paywalls and the subscription options for the different membership levels that I have. And I'm also incorporating offering courses to non-community members and how that is going to be playing out. And I'm able to see what are the more popular ways that people are choosing to subscribe or pay, and that is helping me create a good strategy around that. Number 3 is the events dashboard. So that's been very key in that I can go in, look at the events that have been taking place, and finding out which ones resonate more with the audience, create a strategy to increase more of the popular events. And also, I looked at how I promoted the events both within the community and outside the community, because I know people are following me on social media, that as I promoted some of the events, they also became more, people signed up to them more. And I was able to monitor my promotion against how on the events dashboard as to how those events were actually doing. So another good strategy you can use. Another one is there's a graph that shows the popular day and time. And so that's been extremely important for me to look at that graph and to see when the members are mostly online, and to strategize how I post and when I'm posting during days and times. This is especially important in my community where I have people from many different countries. So I'm dealing across different time zones. So sometimes I'll do a repeat, or I might put up a post and I know people, that when that post goes up, it's nighttime for them. So I might just send them a quick message, within 6 hours and letting them know, hey, did you see this post? Or I might tag them. Another feature that Circle has as far as the analytics goes is the community level activity scores. So I can look at those scores and quickly grasp how members are behaving. And I can, there's a difference between someone who's not engaging because maybe they're busy, they're on a mobile, and they're not able to respond in a long form forum, to people that, for example, I send a newsletter out and I might highlight, hey, did you check out the conversation that's going there? And then I can see after the newsletter was sent out, activity scores are going up by certain people. Even though they're not responding in the community, I'm seeing that they are engaging. They've obviously gone into the community right after they've gotten the newsletter. Very, very helpful. And number 6 is the percentage data of posts that are created by members. So I'm finding out what members are posting more, and then I'm highlighting that. I created a strategy to encourage that by in the regular news updates that I send via email to the community members each month. I highlight that. I say, hey, big shout out to so-and-so for, the great comments there, and jump in and add your ideas. And so you're praising, you're showing that this is a really good thing, is to engage in the community. You're highlighting these people, and showing them that you're listening to them and encouraging other people to get involved. Now, the last 2 features that Circle's come out with as far as the analytics that we can use and strategize with have to do if you have the higher paid membership to Circle. Now that is the Enterprise or Circle Plus. It's still worth listening to because all of us, as we grow our communities, they may start out small, but as they grow, we're going to have need for more analytics. So the 7th one is filters. So the filter feature allows you to segment your data by member, tags, profile fields, space groups, when they join. So you can specifically look at specific data and filter through that. And then the last one is the grouping data together in different time periods that matter. So that can be very helpful because not every time during the year is it going to be the same. So you can really focus in on certain time periods. So those are the features. And I've encouraged you to really not just think of them as features, but think of them as strategies. But most of all, I hope that you have through this realized, one, that using analytics is going to really help you to engage with your community. Like I said at the beginning, it's like having an assistant. I can ask them questions. I can ask the data questions like, who's using mobiles? What's the percentage of this? What's this look like? How did that paywall do? I can look at things like that. How did that event go? We did this promotion on it. How did it go? Looking at that saves me so much time. Again, like asking an assistant, come up with this information. And there it is in graph form, in table form, in percentages. If you need a hand and you've got a community and you want to kind of go through this a little bit deeper, I offer one-to-one coaching. Details are in the link below. If you don't have a community and you're ready now, you're sold on it. Yep, the community is what I want. I'm not worried that it's going to fizzle out because I'm going to jump in and use the analytics. Don't have a community yet? Grab that 14-day free trial that I have down below for Circle. So thank you for listening. I do have a playlist on all things about community, so check out the other videos. Have a great day and enjoy living to your potential.